Morning. I had a few people asking me to post some videos on some of the various modifications that I've made, so I'm going to try to do that. The first one I want to talk about, this is what's called a hammock seat. I believe the website's hammockseat.com. I'll put it on the description below, but basically this is a ground hunting tool that I use quite a bit when I'm ground hunting. To me, it's the most comfortable and best seat that I've found for hunting. I did the modifications that I made for this is I removed the strap and I actually completely redid the material that you sit in. What I did is I went to a net manufacturer and I had them take some what they call sports netting and make me a custom net for mine. And I'll put this on a tree in a minute and show you how it works. But the reason why I did that, the original material to me was loud and kind of crinkly. And when it got cold, it really got loud. And I hunt with a longbow or a recurve, and usually I try to keep my shots 15 to 20 yards. And you know, you just can't tolerate any kind of noise when you're shifting your weight a little bit at that close of a range. So I put this netting material on. This is dead quiet. I took some Ritz dye and dyed it a light brown because it was white. And then I took some airbrush paint and I kind of put in some camouflage, but I mean none of that's necessary. The strap I put on here, I just took a lone wolf tree stand strap and ran it through here and put a quick carabiner on here. I just like being able to really cinch this down tight on the tree so that it don't move. But if you're not familiar with the hammock seat, it's got an extendable pole. It extends out and stuff, but let me pause this, let me go put it on a tree and I'll show you how I use it. Okay, I'm back. I got this set up on the tree. I just threw it on, the only tree I have available. I just threw it on real quickly and tightened it up. But anyway, you sit in the seat like this. The steel rod goes up against the base of the tree. What I like about this particular seat, I shoot longbow and recurve. Like I said, I can work my way around a tree. Even if there's limbs, you can kind of duck and shoot, you know, just about anywhere I want to shoot. So, you know, I really like this. It's pretty lightweight. I think this thing weighs 2.5 to 3 pounds at the most. Takes 15 seconds to throw this on a tree and set it up. You can set up ground blind material in front of you. I always carry pruners with me. But I really like this netting. It's comfortable, but more importantly, I don't care how cold it gets. This stuff just does not make any noise. So I think it was Christensen's Net Company out of either Washington or Oregon, somewhere out on the West Coast, that I contacted that actually made me this material. And I made it a little bit bigger than the original seat that came on because I just like to be more upright in the tree. I don't like to lean back, because another thing that sometimes happens, if I hear and I see deer behind me and I see them quick enough, it's much easier to get out of this than it was laying real far back. So, you know, you can play with this. You can lengthen the pole. Some people don't like the original pole. I haven't got around to modding that. I probably will at some point. But overall, this is a pretty good ground hunting blind. It keeps you kind of low to the ground. You know, kind of breaks up your outline. Very comfortable. I don't think you'll find another seat, whether it's a tree stand, a saddle like a lot of us use, or any kind of ground blind seat. I just don't think you're going to find anything more comfortable than this thing. I mean, if you want, you can lean back more, you can sit more upright. There's 1,000 adjustments going up and down the tree with this thing, with the pole. I've killed quite a few deer from this seat, and it's definitely a part of my hunting arsenal. So I hope you find this information helpful to you when you're out there looking for a good ground blind seat. The only limitation to this system, you got to have a tree or a pole or a fence post or something to kind of attach. I suppose if you wanted to, you could take some kind of T-bar and drive it in the ground where you want to hunt and do that. I've never tried that. But as long as you got a vertical support that's about 3-4 foot, I've put this thing on small trees and I've put it on trees that were really big. I prefer trees about this size right here just so I can really rotate around. And this gives me about 180 degrees of shooting. It's not true 360, but like I said, if you see deer coming and constantly moving in behind you, you can turn the seat around and set up on the other side of the tree. Or if you have ground blind material around you and you're watching the deer, you can stand up and turn and get a shot. Very effective hunting tool. Thanks.